For this week's Two Works for You in the Garden segment, Taft Price talks with Paul James, the gardener guy, about how winter is actually a great time to buy, plant, and water your trees.
Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden. And you know, Paul, beautiful blue skies, a little chilly, you know, it's close to winter time, so we have to get used to this. But you're saying that this is the perfect time not only to plant trees, and we've talked about why it's so important to water this time of year, but you're saying this is a great time to actually buy trees. Tell us why.
You look at this tree, no leaves on it, right?
Okay.
You're looking at the scaffolding, the branching, the bones of the tree.
The bones.
It's the skeletal form of a tree.
Okay.
And to me, this is in many ways more interesting than a tree that's fully leafed out. Because when I look at this, I can get a good sense of what that tree is going to look like, how much pruning might be required over time. You can see that you got a pronounced central leader, which is really important. You can see if there are crossing branches that might need to be pruned. It's just, you can't see all this when it's leafed out.
And a lot of times when we talk about a tree, we look at it and go, hey, that's a nice looking tree, but it's when it's filled out. But this really gives us an idea of kind of not only the health of it, but things that we may need to do a little bit of maintenance on before the spring arrives again.
Exactly. And you know, again, call me crazy, you wouldn't be the first. But there's something to me about looking at a tree, a deciduous tree with no leaves on it, up against a blue sky, that is, in my mind, and in so many ways, even more beautiful than the tree that's leafed out. I think there are people that would agree with that. I hope.
Well, and another thing about it too, a lot of people look at it and go, well, what's it going to look like in the spring and summer? But the nice thing is you can always go online and you can see what these type of trees are going to be in the summer. You can't see this and see exactly what's going to happen in the
Bingo.
winter.
You got to see this face to face.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of trees may have way too much growth in the interior, and that'll need to be pruned. Now, this is a lacebark elm, and that's kind of its form. It develops a lot of branches, but if you look closely, you can see, you know, there's some light pruning that would need to be done. But again, you can't see that when it's leafed out. It's too hard to look at. You can see more of that, you know, if it has bark characteristics like an exfoliating bark, some texture, you can see that better. And you just, again, you get that sense of what this tree is going to look like when it is leafed out. And that's why I chose to do this segment. Maybe it wasn't a very good idea.
Well, I think you're really onto something here, because when we buy a tree, I mean, this is manageable here.
Yes.
And when you take this home, you can actually find what really needs to be worked on, and you can start it going the right direction. You don't want this to go 2 or 3 years and then go, oh boy, I need to hire somebody to actually get this thing trimmed up.
Exactly, because pruning time will come. You could actually do some pruning now if you wanted to. I usually suggest people wait until around February.
Okay.
But again, you'll be able, again, to identify. I see a branch up there that's crossing over into another main branch.
That's always bad.
And needs to come off.
Okay.
So that's why, you know, you just get a better look at the tree when it's in this condition.
And can you get an idea to tell about really the health of the tree itself by looking at it this time of year?
Absolutely, yeah. You can, dead and diseased branches you would be able to identify, and just the overall form, you can tell that for its lifetime it's been growing well, it's been pruned properly. So yeah, I think you get a better sense of its overall health as well. Beyond that, just good scaffolding, good crotch angles. You don't want them to be too much this way, because when the ice and snow gets on them, boom, those are going to go.
Okay.
So that's a nice angle. All those things you need to look for when you're buying a tree. And like you said earlier, still a great time to plant.
Okay, and then you can also look at these type of trees and find out which one loves the bird's nest, because we've got a few of them over here.
Yeah. I love bird's nests.
Yeah.
I collect them.
You do?
Yeah.
Really? I know what you're getting for Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate that. Mark that off my list. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. And thank you.